I love playing Monopoly, and my kids George and Jaden love playing the game because it taught us how to buy properties. Now, if you're a novice at this and you're a physician, don't you worry, because in this video, I will be sharing with you, physician investors, this is a tutorial for beginners in this 2023 on how to create and have your first apartment. How to have your first apartment with no money down. In this video, I will be sharing with you what you can do to have and create that first apartment. So let me start with saying, begin to learn, because this is the only way for you to create that. Now, if you've rented before, don't you ever worry. You can have your first apartment. And how do you do that? How do you create your first apartment? This is how. You tell your landlord that, hey, are you interested in selling your property to me? And if he does, then awesome, congratulations, because that's one way for you to have your first apartment with no money down. Because why? All you've got to do is talk to your landlord, the seller of your first property, that instead of you putting your money down, you're just gonna pay a little bit more extra per month. It's called rent to own. It's just paying a little per month of your rent, and then adding that monthly more payments. Let's say, for example, if your rent is $1,000 and you add $300, $500 per month on top of the $1,000, so that would make $1,300 or $1,500 per month. So that additional $300 to $500 payment goes to purchasing your first property. Isn't that cool? So when you reach a certain point, then you can tell your landlord, or if you reach, let's say 2-3 years, and you really decided that you love the property and that you want to stay in that location, then you can tell your landlord to use that $300 to $500 per month to apply to purchasing that property. So that's first tip that I could give you to buy that property with no money down. Now, if you are not a renter, don't worry. I have the second tip for you. And that's how you get to create your first property. And what is that? It's called seller's assistance. Now, what seller assistance means is that your seller will help you purchase your first apartment. And how do you go about it? Nowadays, we do 80-20 loan to value. That means when you buy properties, 80% of that is from the bank and 20% of that comes from your own pocket. Now, because the seller is either or if you don't know that seller, that's okay, as long as you told him that, hey, Mr. Seller, if you are willing to sell your property and if you're willing to do seller's assistance, that 20% would be coming from the seller's assistant. Either the closing costs and 20% down payment that you would borrow from him. So, those are 2 tips that I could share with you, especially if you're a beginner physician investor. This 2023 is how to create that first property, how to have that first property with no money down. My name is Ria. I'm the author of Apartment Prescription. It's how I found, bought, and paid for our 50 apartment units. And now between my husband and I, we have over 78 apartment units. So come follow me. Let's go. You know why? Because wealth cannot wait. And I'll share more on my future videos. Let's go.